So, hey everyone. So, today we will be talking about an interesting topic that is Caddy. So, as we know that we have been developing different kinds of applications, um, like so we need to serve those applications right to the users. So, how are we going to serve these applications to the users, end users, to use them? So that we will be seeing. So, I am Priyesh Nayak, software engineer in Platforms One at GeekyAnts. And let's quickly discuss today's agenda. So, firstly, we will see what Caddy is, and then we will see some of the features that Caddy provides. Then I'll be also discussing about the Caddy's architecture. Uh, Next, we will see some of the use cases of Caddy. That means where Caddy can be used, how it can be used. I will show some of the configurations of Caddy, like the syntax of some of the configurations. We'll also see some of the security features that Caddy provides. Um, Also, we'll see the difference of Caddy with one of the well-known web server that is Nginx. And then we will also go through the installation process of Caddy. Finally, I'll show the demo of these processes and then the conclusion. So, firstly, what is Caddy? Caddy is a very powerful web server that is an open source, and it also serves multiple sites, services, and different kinds of applications as well. It provides automatic HTTPS and also simplifies the development process. It also has a range of features. So, talking about features of Caddy, firstly, we can say that it provides automatic HTTPS. Automatic HTTPS in the sense, let's say I have developed an application, right? So I want the end users to use those applications. So for the end users to use those applications, I need to provide them particular domain. Domain in the sense, let's say I have YouTube itself. I have youtube.com. When I go to a browser and search youtube.com, what it will do is it will redirect me to the YouTube page. So how does this happen? So this happens only using the domain. So every application and service will consist of particular domain. This domain will be mapped with the server's IP. And whenever you search this domain, it will try to build up a connection with the server, and it will only work if we have a valid certificate installed with the domain. So these certificates are generated, I mean it's downloaded and also renewed time to time, periodically. So all these things are automatically done by Caddy. We don't have to do these processes manually. So this is one of the major advantage of Caddy, which makes the deployment and development process very simple. So it obviously obtains and renews TLS certificates, and it uses Let's Encrypt. Let's Encrypt is basically a certificate or authority which is free and automated as well. And the second feature of Caddy is it supports the latest HTTP2 and HTTP3 as well. HTTP2 basically supports like multiple requests simultaneously, and HTTP3 uses UDP instead of TCP. That is used for faster connection. And then we have the configuration of Caddy, which is very simple. Just with a few lines of code, you can actually configure the Caddy and you can start using it with the application. Then we have the architecture of Caddy. This architecture can be extended with multiple plugins as well. For example, let's say we have authentication security, like advanced authentication, rate limiting in the sense what are the number of requests that users can send. Okay, and also it provides logging. It also supports multiple platforms, for example, Ubuntu, Alma Linux, etc. So these are the features of Caddy. Then we have the Caddy architecture. So here in the architecture, we can see that we have a domain, example domain, that is example.com, which is mapped to this particular IP. uh, Whenever the user searches this example.com in a browser, what it does is it tries to build a connection with the server. uh, Caddy over here plays a major role. It checks the connection with the domain name, and it checks whether it consists of a valid certificate, whether the valid certificate is matching or no. Once it builds up this connection, it serves the particular response, that is either service A or service B, that is requested by the user to the user itself. So let's say example.com, if the user searches example.com/service A, then the caddy checks the connection with the certificates, valid certificates, and then it gives the output of service A to the domain. It has the similar thing for service B as well. Moving on to the use cases of Caddy, where Caddy can be used, how it can be used. Firstly, Caddy can be used in caddy.json file. uh, Caddy.json file is just a simple JSON file itself, where a small JSON content is written, body is written of the JSON file, and either the domain or the port is written, and it can be served. I will be showing you these in the next slides as well. It also can be used in Caddy file. Caddy file is also a different kind of file where it is not a JSON file, but the configuration of this Caddy file is very simple. It 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 uses only 2 or 3 lines. That's it for setting up a domain and the body of the application. Then it can be used to host static website, for instance, HTML pages, any file structure, etc. It is also used for reverse proxy. A reverse proxy basically means that whenever we search a domain, this domain is forwarded to the IP and port associated with that particular server where the application is running. And then it is lastly, it is used for load balancing as well. So this is the basic configuration of the server setup of Caddy. So here, as you can see, we have example.com, that is the domain, and we have the body. In the body, we are just specifying the path of the HTML file, static file, wherever it is present, and we are just running this particular file. That's it. This Caddy file will just serve the contents of the HTML file on the example.com domain. For the reverse proxy setup, even the reverse proxy setup is very simple. We just have to write the reverse proxy word in the example.com body, and we need to specify the IP and port for the particular application where this domain will be forwarded into. Over here, it is example.com, and it will be forwarded to localhost 5000 where the service is running. And for the load balancing setup, we have the domain again, and in the body over here, just a small change. Like previously we have seen that for the reverse proxy we have specified where the domain will be forwarded to. Over here we will write a similar setup, but we will write two IP and port, basically localhost 5001 and localhost 5002. So right now, what it will do is whenever the user searches example.com, it will balance the number of requests in both the ports, 5001 and 5002 as well, so that the load is balanced. Jumping on to the security features of Caddy. So we'll see what are the security features that Caddy provides. Firstly, it will provide automatic TLS certificate management. As we have discussed, it will install and renew the certificates automatically for using Let's Encrypt. That is one of the feature. Secondly, it will also provide the configuration. You can actually configure the TLS. It will use the previous sessions TLS configurations that was used automatically for configuring the certificates, and it also reduces the latency because of this. And then we have access control mechanisms, which means that it will provide different kinds of authentication and security features for the user, like OAuth, LDAP, etc. These are the different security features that Caddy provides for the application automatically. Then it also provides rate limiting as discussed. Rate limiting is the number of requests a client can make to the server in a particular amount of time. So this obviously protects us from denial of service attacks. And hacker When a hacker tries to send multiple requests simultaneously, it will identify the attack, and it will limit the rate of the particular request. Let's see the difference between Caddy and Nginx right now. As we were discussing about Caddy, we also know that Nginx is one of the popular web server that is used for reverse proxy, as like Caddy. So Nginx is Nginx provides high performance, which is capable of handling simultaneous connections very efficiently. Um, on the other hand, Caddy offers like competitive performance, in like it provides high speed operations. Nginx provides configurations, like it is very highly configurable, and even minute configurations can be done in Nginx. So this means that it provides full control. But whereas Caddy configuration is very simple, it uses only 2 to 3 lines for setting up, as we don't have to provide the certificate, path of the certificate, etc. We don't have to do all those things. It will provide automatically. So it is very simple. The configuration is very simple. So this was the difference between Caddy and Nginx. Let's see the installation part now. For the installation part, what we will do over here, we have taken Ubuntu server. For Ubuntu server, if you want for any other operating systems, you can just browse for those systems and you will get the commands as well. So for Ubuntu, uh, we are first of all running these apt update, and then we are installing the keyring. Uh, and then we are installing the GPG key as well from the keyring, official GPG key. After that, we are also installing the repository file for the Caddy from the official Caddy site. And finally, we are installing Caddy and enabling it. So once you install Caddy, you will get something like this. I will show you the configuration. So once you install Caddy, this will be the particular configuration file. Here it will be written as 80 and root user share Caddy. So when you search this on the browser itself, uh, you will get this. After installing your Caddy on the particular server, this is the default page that you will get for Caddy. Over here, there will be different steps after you install Caddy. What you can do here, it says that you can point your domain to A or quadruple A DNS records. You can upload your static HTML file. You can also write a Caddy file. So it will basically tell you the next steps, what you have to do for Caddy. It will give you a small understanding, and it will also give you a basic troubleshooting process steps if it doesn't work as well. So after you install Caddy, we will see where it can be used. Okay, so first of all, Caddy can be used in JSON file. JSON file, as I have told you, it's a small JSON content. It will consist of small JSON content which will have a body. Over here I have written the port as 2015, and I have written the body as hello world. So now if I just run localhost 2015, I have to get hello world. So I will show you the demo for this. I have already written the JSON file. I will show you the content of the JSON file. I have written it as 2015, the port, and the body as hello world. So after you write this caddy.json file, you need to run this command. What this command will do, it will load the particular caddy.json file, the JSON content present in the particular caddy.json file to the caddy, and it will give the output. After this, in order to check whether it has loaded or no, you need to run curl localhost 2019 config. If I see over here, what it is showing is it has loaded my application in HTTP, that is 80, and it is listening to 2015, and it will give hello world as the output. To test this, I will just run curl localhost 2015. I can see that I'm getting hello world. So this is how caddy.json works. Next, we will see caddy file. For Caddy file, as I've told, the configuration is very simple. It takes only 2 to 3 lines. So over here in this example, we can see that we have taken the local host itself and we have just provided the body. We can also provide multiple, if we are using the port in Caddy file, we can provide multiple ports if we are using the IP. Here they have used localhost, and second again they have used localhost 2016. So similar thing, if I show you, I have the Caddy file over here. In this Caddy file, I have a example domain that I have already set up. This domain I have written, and the body I have passed as hello world. Right now, if I run this domain, if I search this domain, I need to get hello world. So before this, I need to load the content of this particular Caddy file to the Caddy. So previously, as we know that we ran different commands to load the Caddy content, right? We don't have to run this command again and again. A simple command that will load this is Caddy reload. Okay. So what here it is telling us, it has adapted my content that is present in Caddy file. So now if I check the config that we had searched earlier, it was showing 2015 and hello world. Over here, right now we can see that it is listening in HTTP, it is listening in 443. That means it is providing me automatic HTTPS, and it has the body hello world. Okay. So now if we search this domain, that is .com. Okay. See, so when we search this domain, we can see that we are getting the output. And also there is one thing, if we look closely, we can see that the connection is secure. I can see that there is a certificate that is generated from Let's Encrypt for the Caddy file, as I have provided the domain name. So anytime you provide a domain name in a Caddy file, it will automatically generate that certificate using Let's Encrypt. Okay, so this was for the Caddy file. Now let's see how we can serve a static website for like HTML page or something like that. This is a basic HTML page that I'm showing you over here. It consists of a title and a body. I have written a similar static page. Um, I'll show you. So this is the basic HTML page that I have written, which consists of a title called "Hello World," and it consists of a body again, which says "Hello, this is my Caddy web server." So here, for this, for serving this static file, what you have to do is, you have to basically go to the original configuration, default configuration of Caddy file that is present in the root. So for this, it will be present in the path etc caddy file, that is for Ubuntu. So if I go here, I need to comment out the line that was generated after installing Caddy, and then I have to write this line that says root star where www.html. So this path is basically where my static file is present. So that path I have to provide over here so that it can be served. Once I write the content over here, I need to restart the Caddy. Okay, I have restarted the Caddy. Now if I check the config, I can see that it has loaded my HTML var www.html file on the particular caddy, and it'll serve on 80. So if I just go to the browser and search the same domain, I can see that my static file is getting served, which says hello, this is my caddy web server. So this is how static web server is served using Caddy. We just need to change the Caddy file, Caddy configuration, which was generated after installing Caddy. That's it. Okay, we have seen static websites. Finally, we will see how reverse proxy works. For the reverse proxy, what I have done is I have uh, integrated it with a basic application which consists of two routes. So for the reverse proxy, we have to just write reverse proxy and the port. That's it, as discussed previously. I will show you how it works. So I have a basic application over here which has two routes, app1.js and app2.js. I will show you the contents of my app1.js. It is a very simple uh, file which has hello world and in the port 4001. That's it. And similarly, I have app2. This is a similar file which says goodbye world in 4002 port. So firstly, I have to run these applications for the Caddy, to load. I will open new terminal and I will run my applications first. Okay, so I have ran my both applications and it is running in port 4001 and 4002. In order to check this, I will just run netstat minus nltp. We can see that Caddy is running on port 2019 and also my applications are running on port 4001 and 4002. Okay, so now we have the two applications running. I have also written a Caddy file for these applications. I will show you what my Caddy file consists of. In this Caddy file, basically I have used the same domain name that I used earlier. I have used two routes for my application. First route consists of /hi and second route consists of /by. So if we search /hi, it should actually give the output of first application that is running on port 4001. And similarly, if I search /by, it should give the output of the second application that is running on 4002. So for this, I have just written reverse proxy and the localhost 4001 where the application is running. So here also I have added logging feature, which I had told before, which provides extra functionality of Caddy. I have a default main page that says welcome to the main page, and this is my complete Caddy file for my application. So as you can see, the configuration of the Caddy file is very simple. It is very short, unlike Nginx. For Nginx, we have multiple things, and the file is comparably it is bigger. So my applications are running now, and I have to load this caddy file to the caddy in order to run the application. So what I will do is caddy reload. It will give me the same message called adapter caddy file. That means it has adapted the configurations of this caddy file. In order to check this again, what we will do, we'll run the config, that is localhost 2019 config. And right now we can see that it has loaded. It is getting served in 443. That means it is providing me automatic HTTPS for the domain. It has loaded both of them, the main page and also the contents. What we can do is, I will go to the server, I mean, I'll go to the browser and search this domain. Once I search this domain, you can see that I'm getting the main page. Welcome to the main page. And we will see that it has provided me certificate, valid certificate, which is just generated. Okay, let's test the routing, whether it works. So here the reverse proxy plays the role. Now, if I search /hi with my domain, it should give me hello world. Okay, we are getting the hello world. Similarly, if I search /by, I have to get goodbye world. We are getting that as well. And for everything, we can see that we have a valid certificate which is generated automatically. So this is how Caddy works. It will generate the certificates automatically, and it will also renew the certificates periodically. This was for my application, how reverse proxy works. Okay, for the conclusion, I can just say that it is a very efficient web server, and obviously it simplifies the development process as it automatically generates and renews the TLS certificates, and with a very easy configuration. It is suitable for different kinds of use cases like JSON file, Caddy file, static HTTP pages, reverse proxy, load balancing, etc. It has many kinds of features that is automatically provided. So, and it is also very much secure. So that is why Caddy is used widely nowadays. So yeah, thank you.